It was a simple system then. None of these marking systems. All those who got 4 subject passes went in first, and then those who got 3 subjects. So I had to take a decision whether I'm going to stay here or whether I'm going to UK. I really thought of staying in Sri Lanka, but I hadn't made up my mind. I felt if I'm to do law, it has to be Colombo. I passed out. I'm quite happy with my education here. But when I speak to young people today to ask them, would you like to stay in Sri Lanka? The answer of many of them is no. Even if selected to a university. For us, UK for many of us was the second choice. If you are not selected to the University of Ceylon. But it's not so today. And having spoken to them and listened to their views, I don't know what I would do if it came to making a selection today. So this is a crisis of the university system. It's a part of the larger crisis of Sri Lanka itself and how we face the future. So we have to look at the university system and what's the role of education. First, look at the local issues. As I asked the chairman, we have about 170,000 qualifying for the A-levels. We have 40,000 getting to universities here, another 30 to 40,000 going to universities abroad. So that's the difference. So there are another 40,000 of which I would say 25,000 to 30,000 would be prepared to enter Sri Lankan universities. We haven't got the resources. Secondly, the government makes money available to fund the students getting higher education. But then we find there's another group of students equal to the number in the universities who are going outside and paying money. So is this the best way we have? We have to preserve one right, which is in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, universal access to education. Look at the best system available for the maximum number to get their education. Standards. Where are we now? When I went to the university, our universities were high up in the list of Asian universities. How does the state universities function with disruptions, with vice chancellors getting assaulted? That cannot happen, I think, at some stage, and we have to face these issues and resolve it. There's no other way to do it. So these are serious issues that we have to think of. If we don't tackle these issues, you are going to face serious problems of the university education. What is a university? How do you educate? You have the social media, you have the online, you have AI, you have ChatGPT, which people use for exams and some for their postgraduate research. So can these brick and mortar institutes suffice? Or are we to use the technology? If you look at the population of this South Asia in 2050, India will have about another 3 to 400 million, maybe going up to 1.7 billion. And the poverty level will decrease and better income numbers will increase. This will happen in Bangladesh, Pakistan, and in Myanmar, and in the East African nations. Now, all of them can't be building universities. India will have nothing else to do if they are going to provide education for all that. So either they'll use the other techniques, so we have to be sure of that. But if we have sufficient number of universities, we can cater to some of them from those areas. Now, they are catering to our needs, but there may come a time when we have to cater to their needs. So these issues we have to think of, because the structure of the universities will no longer be the same. There's a big debate originally about the first university in Ceylon, whether it was to be residential or not. So we took the Oxford-Cambridge model, and that's the structure of the Peradeniya University. But if you look at the newer universities, halls of residence are no longer there. Now the question is not whether there are going to be halls of residence, whether there will be halls for lectures. We have to address these issues and find solutions, because we have appointed a cabinet committee on education, which are going into all the issues. So I thought I'll mention to you all what are the questions that we will be posing to you. So I don't want to take any more of your time, but I must congratulate all those who got the awards here. What we have done is to hold high the reputation of Sri Lankan universities for research, and taking that into account, we will make more money is available for research, but how we are going to do it, we haven't determined yet. Thought I'll get about $1 billion aside for AI. I don't know whether we can use it, but other subjects also. And by then we'll have the Institute of History for History and Archaeology to be carried on.